Hi guys, please forgive how I look. I just thought I would film this one because I had this plan to film ways of kind of saving money and tips and tricks and stuff like that about Christmas and stuff like that. And I was going to put it up on my Vlogmas because I've filmed a few for Vlogmas, just pre-doing, because I'm going to attempt to do it, but I still need to film some more videos and I still need some more ideas. So I'm going to do Elf on the Shelf ideas and stuff like that. And this was going to be one of the videos I was going to save until Christmas, but then I thought about it and thought actually some of this you need to do earlier, so I'm putting it up now. It's nothing special, it's just a few little kind of tips and tricks that I found to save money, save time, just stuff like that. So I'm just going to tell you a few things I do around Christmas and coming up to Christmas to help out. So the first thing is really plan ahead, which I know is way too late now. I always get my Christmas cards in the January sales. Last year I got some Clinton's cards ones, boxes of about 30 or 50, I can't remember quite how many's in there. And they were down to about 10p or 20p. So if you can store up in the loft or something, it's ideal to grab them then. And the same with wrapping paper, always grab it in the sales. I think Poundland put theirs down to about 25p a roll, and then they did have the 5p sale last year. So I did pick up a few bits like tinsel and a few decorations in their 5p sale. And the kids' Christmas, they had like a bag and it had like a colouring book and stuff like that. They're always handy to pick up in the 50p sale or 25p sale that Poundland always have. Definitely always look in that kind of sale for stocking fillers, for little bits you can put in, because quite a lot last year they had a lot of little like stocking fillers that were not Christmassy. So they had I think they had the Superman shower gel and body wash in like the little box. Now to me that's not Christmassy, you could use that as a birthday present, you could put it in an Easter box, anything like that. So definitely keep your eye out for things. If you can hear Lib in the background, she's kind of over there playing. Definitely keep an eye out in the sales for stuff that's non-Christmassy that you could use for birthdays and stuff like that. And I picked up, like I said, I did pick up some tinsel, but some decorations like the plaques. Last year they had like these big square, she's playing with balloons down there. Last year they had these big wooden plaques and they just had sayings on them. They weren't really Christmassy. They went down to like 25p each and 5p each, and they are ideal for home decor. They are not Christmassy in any way, shape or form. There's no holly, there's no snowflakes, there's nothing like that on them. Definitely worth picking up and just keeping in your stash as a last minute present, a moving in gift, stuff like that. Another tip I find is coming up to the end of the year, I will have a notebook and I will write down on each page, or on the first page I write down who I've got to get for, as in birthdays, like what birthdays I've got coming up. So I'll do January and then whose birthdays or anniversaries or stuff I need to get stuff for. So I'll put January and then everyone there, and then on another page February, and do it that way. And then I'll give each individual person a page. So I keep that notebook with me. And as I buy stuff for that person, whether it be for birthday or Christmas, I write that gift that I've got, whether it be in the sale or whether, it doesn't matter where in the year I buy it. If obviously it's for a birthday, I'll write, you know, say mum's birthday present and then what it is. And if I buy something and I want to put it back for Christmas, I'll put mum's Christmas present and I put what it is on mum's page. I just find this stops you buying crap that you don't really need. Last year I did buy a lot of stuff in the sales and I have used for Trombola and stuff like that. This year I'm really going to stick to my list. I have done presents on quite a strict budget this year because I did buy through the year and I did get offers and deals. So like one of the things I've done is for my nephews, I've got 6 nephews, 4 of which are the like younger ones. I went on Toys for £1 and I ordered them each a backpack, so that was £1 each. And in that backpack, they each have a colouring book that was 25p, I think, from Wilko's in the January sales. So they've got one of those in there each. Also, they have got a fart button each, which was in the Wilko's summer sale, which has just finished, I believe. They were 25p each. They've also got some bath submarines, so you put them in the bath and they sink down to the bottom and then they float back up. They were in the Wilko's summer sale and they were 15p each. And they've also got some metallic darts. They were in the Wilko's summer sale and they were, I think, 25p each. And then the two that are kind of the slightly older ones out of the four that are roughly the same age, I've also gone on Toys for a Pound and picked up the inflatable sword and shield set. So for little under £4, they've each got a present. It's quite a few little bits. It's kind of the same but slightly different, so they can't argue over it. So each design of bag is slightly different. And it's just a cheap, cheerful little way. You can pick up stuff very easily in the summer sales and in the January sales. And through the year, just keep an eye out for when shops are just selling off little bits and pieces like pens and pencils and stuff like that. The last few years, I've asked my nieces and nephews what they want for Christmas, and they can either choose one biggish item or they can choose a smaller item. If they choose a small item, they can obviously choose a few more. And what they've actually done, this is their own decision, they actually choose to have smaller items and they choose to have it in a gift bag. Now, when they say smaller items, that could be little toy cars, little bracelets, colouring pencils, rubbers, that kind of cheapy, cheerful, Poundlandy, kind of pick up anytime, anywhere, not really Christmassy kind of stuff. And they personally keep that till Boxing Day. That is their choice. I do not tell them to do it, but they keep that till Boxing Day because a lot of people now do Christmas Eve boxes. So the kids have got something to do on Christmas Eve. And then obviously Christmas Day, they're overwhelmed with presents. And then come Boxing Day, they're a bit bored. You know, they might play with the presents they got for Christmas, but already kind of the novelties started wearing off. So my godchildren actually keep their bags until Boxing Day, and then that gives them something to do on Boxing Day, because a lot of families are driving around in the car, visiting and stuff like that. So that's when they take out their colouring books and stuff like that. They have like the little travel magnetic toys if they're going out. They kind of just give me a rough idea of what they like. So last year it was one of my godkids liked Shopkins, so I got her like a little notebook and pencils and crayons and that kind of thing, and she really liked that. You're coming to say hello, are you? So yeah, that's another good idea to do. Also, you can make your own advent calendars and pick up stuff throughout the year. I was going to do that with Libby this year, and I might still do it. I've just got to look out for a few more things. She has got a little chocolate advent calendar. Is that you on the screen? Is that you? She has got a little chocolate advent calendar, but she also has a wooden advent calendar with little drawers in that has her name on it. So I've just got to find little toys that she can play with that will go, I love you too, baby. That will go in those little drawers. She loves her Happy Land characters, so I'm going to keep an eye out in charity shops and stuff for little Happy Land characters and stuff like that to go in the drawers. Because if you buy the pre-made ones, like the Lego ones, and I think they've got Paw Patrol on that lot this year, they range from anywhere from about £10 to about 20 to 30. I know that the Happy Land one that I was going to get for someone here is £25, and I kind of can't warrant that. I know she'll play with the toys after Christmas because she does like her Happy Land, and each day you do get a character, and £25 when you think about it for that is not expensive because you pay £10 for 5 characters, but I just can't warrant £25 on a advent calendar. So I probably will end up getting it for her, but I'll be shopping around to try and get it cheaper, as I have seen it for £17.99. Not a lot cheaper, but it's a bit cheaper. And I'll also be looking on eBay for like the second-hand, just Happy Land toys and stuff to go in the little wooden one, because you can get it a lot cheaper than buying one, and you can personalise it a lot easier. You can put a little character and a little chocolate coin or something in there. So you can personalise them, and if you are thinking of doing it, you can look out throughout the year and pick up, like Wilkinson's have little packs of rubbers and stuff like that for like 35p, so they're really cheap. And charity shops are always a good one to find little bits and pieces like that for party bags and stocking fillers and stuff like that. So definitely going to be doing that. Our meat for Christmas, we never ever buy a turkey. We hardly ever eat turkey in this house. Nobody really likes it. So we buy a Bernard Matthews turkey roast. That is good enough for us. Last year there was myself, Matt and Libby and Mum. That was good enough for us. So we have one of those. And then we will have a joint of meat. Now last year we actually had 2 joints of meat. We had a gammon joint, which I just generally got throughout the year, and a beef joint. I never ever ever buy joints of meat in December. They hike up the price on a lot of meat in December. What I do is I'll keep an eye on the reduced shelves and stuff like that in Tesco's, Asda, etc. And quite often you'll see joints of meat reduced. There is nothing wrong with them. You can stick them in your freezer and they will be well enough for Christmas. What are you doing, baby? So that's what I have done. I went to Sainsbury's the other day and they had a big pork joint. It was meant to be £11.20 and it was down to £3.50 because it was going out of date that day. No. You're trying to nick the chocolate. So because it was going out of date that day, I got it really cheap. I've stuck that in my freezer and that will be one of the joints that we use this Christmas. We will probably get a Bernard Matthews turkey roast again. And then we will probably... No, you're not having any more chocolate, baby girl. And then we will probably... No, we'll probably get another joint at some point as well. We already have a joint of beef in our freezer that we got reduced cheap. So we might have that one. She's very tired. This is why she's getting grumpy. Another thing I do is I never buy the pre-packed pigs in blankets. They are about £2.50 to £3 a packet and you only tend to get about 12 in there. It's kind of pointless, I think, because each person tends to have 3 or 4 roughly because they are this big. I would much rather buy a fresh pack of sausages, or even better, what I do is I buy frozen sausages. You can buy a pack of frozen sausages, own brand make, for about £1.20 for 30 sausages. And then I buy a couple of big packs of bacon, which I know if you go into Iceland, they do this big pack of bacon and it's like that thick and it's 2 lots. And basically it's £4.99 for that big pack. I think it's like a 1 kilogram pack or something stupid like that. But anyway, I normally get them and I will split them down to like 6 or 8 slices each and then wrap them in cling film and put in my freezer because it's worth buying in bulk like that. But when I want to make sausages wrapped in bacon, I will get the frozen sausages. I will wrap the bacon around the frozen sausage, or even if I get fresh sausages, I'll wrap the bacon around the sausages and I'll cook it that way. It's a hell of a lot cheaper and each person gets a proper size sausage with a proper size of bacon around it. So you end up only having 2 of like the big sausages, possibly 3 if you're really hungry. So it just makes a lot more sense to get a lot more for your money because they're ideal in sandwiches and stuff as well, so I do that. The same with stuffing. I will not make pre-made stuffing balls. I will not buy them. It's pointless. It costs too much. You can get a pack of own brand stuffing. I personally use the Tesco's one or the Sainsbury's Sage and Onion, and they're about 15 to 25p a packet, so I will make 2 packets up. I make it up as usual and then I will roll it into balls, which you do get messy doing, but I will roll it into balls and then I will freeze it. And I use that on Christmas Day. It's a lot easier, it's a lot cheaper, and you get a hell of a lot more. So if you want to do like pork and stuffing sandwiches the next day, etc., you can. It's a lot cheaper. I just do it that way. It saves me a lot of time. It's something I can do days in advance, even months in advance, because you just stick them back in the freezer. You just make them, freeze them, and then you just cook them on the actual day. So that's something I do. Another thing that I do is if you have very awkward toys to wrap or something very big, I don't bother with wrapping paper. It is pointless. Buy a paper tablecloth. You can get them in Christmas designs. You can get them plain and get the kids to decorate it, because you can roll it out on the floor, you can give them stickers, you can give them pens, you can get them to decorate that, and that's ideal for covering bikes or big boxes, because you're just going to run out your paper and it's going to be awkward. It's so much easier with a tablecloth. They are big, they're meant to cover tables, so they will cover big boxes, etc. And with the personalisation, you could even buy a few, give the kids an activity of colouring them in, decorating them in, keeping them quiet just for a bit while you go off and do something else, and then you can cut it down to size and use it to wrap presents for family, like grandparents, etc., because they always love the personal touch. 2 seconds, guys, I'll be right back. Hi guys, right, I'm back. Just had a delivery at the door, so I'm just coming back in the room. Anyway, yeah, like I say, grandparents, stuff like that, they always like personalised presents, so they are a really good idea to get the kids involved, decorating the paper. You can get paper tablecloths. You can go into, like, I think it's Pound World, and you can get 4 paper tablecloths for £1. Perfect. She is playing with a balloon now, if you can hear the noise, so sorry about that. But yeah, they are so cheap, they are so easy, you know, they cover a multitude of things, and it just makes it so much easier. Also, another thing I do is I buy the Christmas stickers. I don't know if you're like me, I hate wrapping presents in a way of, not necessarily the wrapping of the present, it's the finding the bloody end of the sticky roll, or constantly having to try and hold the paper down while you pull a bit of sticky tape off. It annoys me to hell. So what I do, you don't need another dummy. You've already got dummy. I don't need dummy, thank you. What I do is I actually buy Christmas stickers. And I use Christmas stickers. I don't need a dummy in my mouth, baby girl. I'll put it in a minute. I actually buy Christmas stickers, and I use that to stick down the presents. It just makes it look a bit more festive, and I just think it's a lot easier than trying to find the end of the tape and cutting it and sticking it. It's just so much easier. And again, you can personalise it to everyone. Do you want the lid off your milk? Good girl. Now what I've done with Libby this year is I have been buying stuff through the year, and I have these fold down crates in our bedroom. And I literally go into Poundland and Pound World and charity shops and stuff. And as I see stuff that I think she would like, I buy it if I've got the money and put it in the crates. So a lot of her Christmas presents this year are not Christmassy. But I figure that if I go out, thank you, if I go out and find stuff for her in pound shops and that lot and buy it throughout the year, it's not going to add up as much. Now, because it's also not Christmassy, it can be used in birthday boxes. It can be used as if she's been good that week and she deserves a little treat and we haven't really gone out, we can just dive into the box and she can choose something. If you want to use it for Easter, stuff like that. Because it's not actually Christmas, it's not got holly on it, it's not got anything, it's just bog standard. Currently she likes ponies, so I've been picking up the ponies from the Pound toy shop. She likes Paw Patrol, so it's like hair ties, it's colouring books, it's pens, it's pencils, stickers, anything that's kind of Paw Patrol, Sky and Everest that she likes. You know, when I've gone into the Claire's accessories sale and they had 5 items for £5, they had some Paw Patrol hats. I picked them up. They had sunglasses, that kind of thing. Just generally, if I've got the money throughout the year and I see things in Poundland, Pound World, charity shops, Card Factory, etc. like that, I'll just pick it up and chuck it in this crate. Just means at Christmas and birthdays I have a lot more to choose from. You've not spent a lot. It just adds up in a way if you've got extra stuff to stay and look at and kind of, not look at, but use whenever you need it. Because quite often when we're in town, Libby will not ask for very much, or if she does, it's usually for a pony or something to do with Paw Patrol, or it's a bow. Now, I don't mind every time I go to town with her spending £1 on something from Poundland or Pound World or a charity shop or something like a bow or a toy or something. If it gives her 5 minutes entertainment, I really don't care for £1. I'd much rather have her choosing a pound toy or a bow or a pony for like £1 when we go out in the day, than I would her saying, I want chocolate, I want sweets. So I don't begrudge her doing that. She doesn't ask for a lot. If you take her to a toy shop and said you could have anything in the store, she would probably pick up a pound flashing ball or something. We've openly took her to Smith's Toys, like a huge toy shop for her, when it was her birthday last year. And also this year as well, we've said, what do you want for Christmas? She walked up and down those aisles herself, and the only thing she picked up was this ball that you chucked on the floor and it lit up, and it was £1. Now, I mean, not many 19-month-olds would not want to have the biggest toy going, or the one that's the most flashiest and lights and sounds. She doesn't care about all that. She chooses what she likes. And if she wants to choose a £1 bow or a £1 toy, even if it breaks 10 minutes later, I really don't care. It's kept her happy, it's cheap and cheerful. So in her stocking this year, stupid things like from the cat, because I don't want her to feel left out in a way. Like, now I've got the cat and he's getting presents. We always include all our animals so they get a little something for them. So Libby has like a little doctor's set. It's only from Poundland, but she'll be lovely with that. She will play with that for quite a while because she likes her little role play stuff. Thank you. I don't want to have Chew Crisp, but thank you. And yeah, she will be quite amused by that. She'll be quite happy with that. And she will play for hours with that. And if it breaks, I don't really care. It's not cost the world. It's not like I've gone out and spent 20, 30 quid on a toy and she's broken it. If she chucks it across the floor and it smashes, I don't care. She puts it up the hoover, I don't care. You know, it's cost £1. £1 for an hour or so's happiness at my daughter. I would willingly pay that 1,000,000 times over. So I just think if you can pick it up through the year, it makes sense. Another thing I do, not necessarily just for Christmas, is when I go into Primark or anywhere basically that does kids' clothes, I will always look in the sale sections. I'm one of these horrible people that go to the reduced sections and the sale section straight away. Now, if I find something that I like for her clothes-wise, but it's not in her size, oh, pardon me, but I like it, and it's only like a size or 2 sizes bigger, I'll pick it up. Half the time it's reduced because they want to clear that stock out the way to get new stock in. Now, there's certain things that in Primark and that lot, the t-shirts have been reduced to 50p a pound, stuff like that. I've liked that design. Now, when it comes to, she's in, like at the moment she's in 2 to 3. Say I saw a t-shirt I liked, but it was in 4 to 5. Now, when I want to get 4 to 5 clothes, I'm probably not going to find that design because that design's only been out for a certain time and they will not bring that design back. They'll bring out new designs. So I will pick up that t-shirt for £1 or 50p or whatever. Even the same in charity shops as well. Because I figure I'd much rather have it at home, something I like, in the size that when she grows into it, I can just grab it straight out. Because you're going to be naffed if they have a growth spurt. Exactly like I was now. She is 19 months old. She was in 18 to 24 months clothes. 2 weeks ago, I went through all her trousers and all her t-shirts because I noticed a few t-shirts were getting a little bit too small for her. They weren't quite covering her belly. I ended up taking out about 10 items. All the rest still fitted her. And then last weekend, or last Friday actually, I go and put her in a pair of trousers and they just touch her ankles, but they don't cover her nappy completely. So to me, that isn't fitting her. So I went back through all her clothes and it actually worked out that most of her t-shirts, I think I managed to save about 4 t-shirts, just wouldn't fit properly. Pardon me. And her trousers wouldn't fit properly. So she's now jumped up into 2 to 3 clothes. Now, luckily enough, I already had 2 to 3 clothes here. Now, if I'd had to suddenly go out and buy that, because I didn't have any there, it would have probably cost me nearly £100 to kit her out. Luckily enough, I didn't actually spend anything because I'd got it in sales. When Argos have had it cheap, I've picked it up in that size. When I've seen stuff in charity shops, I picked it up that size. Just stuff like that. Oh, you want the pillow? Can you get the pillow? There's your pillow. So yeah, I've picked it all that. So it's ideal to always keep on hand a couple of sizes up for your children, especially if you see it in charity shops and it's a design you like, or in sales and stuff and it's a design you like. I do the same with shoes for her. She's had a pair of size 6 trainers that have got a sky on them from Paw Patrol. She's had that for probably about 2 months now. She's only just got into size 5. But I know she'd like it and I liked it, so I got it when I saw it. So yeah, that's just a few tips and tricks that you can kind of do now and get now. I also make hampers up, so I will get stuff for, if I know I'm doing a hamper like I am this year for my mum, I will not get stuff I think she likes, I will get stuff she uses. So you've seen in some of my hauls, I'm doing a hamper for my mum and my grandma. I'm picking up stuff that they use, so it might not look Christmassy, like I've got steam bags from my grandma and hairspray and stuff, but to me I'd much rather receive a hamper full of stuff that I'm going to use, so in the long run it saves me money, rather than have a hamper of, that's quite nice but I'm probably never going to use it, it's going to be stuck in the cupboard and then give to a charity shop or something like that. So when I do hampers, I do them with things that you use. So Mum's has got nail varnishing and nail varnish remover, and she's got coffee that she likes, and she's got I'm trying to think what else is in Mum's, like chocolate she likes, and in Grandma she's got like steam bags, and she's got some cooking pots, and she likes the Fray Bentos pies, so I'll be picking up some of them in Poundland and putting them in. Just stupid stuff that I know she likes and she'll eat and she'll use, and it's not going to be wasted. And that's what I do, guys. It just makes it simpler. I can pick it up through the year. Like I say, I can just write it down in my book what I've got it for, so that I don't buy unnecessary items. It just makes it so much easier. So it's just a few little tips and tricks of what will save you money in the long run, or save you money anyway, because I always find at Christmas everyone inflates the prices on everything, especially food. Especially like the pre-made stuffing balls, the pre-made pigs in blankets, that kind of stuff. Any pre-made food, do not buy around Christmas. It's pointless. The little like nibbles and stuff, do not buy them near Christmas. If it's something that's made throughout the year anyway, get it and shove it in your freezer. You will save a lot of money. A lot of our shopping comes from reduced sections in the supermarkets. There is nothing wrong with reduced food. It just saves you money. It can go in the freezer and it will last for ages. We have bought cooked meats. We have bought chops. We have bought joints of meat. We've bought pies, pasties, stuff like that that you can just chuck in the freezer, and when you want it you just defrost it and cook it. It will save you a lot of money. And what we do is we will buy the joints quite often when we see them. We will cook that joint off and maybe have some meat and vegetables, like a mini roast dinner kind of thing, and then we will use the meat for other stuff. So if we have chicken, we tend to make it into curry or korma, or we'll put it in enchiladas, that kind of thing. If it's pork, we usually make a casserole out of it, or sweet and sour, or we'll cut it up and put it into pasties. Same with beef, we'll cut that up for sandwiches. There's so many meals you can make with one joint, that if you cut it up and you have dinner with it, you can just cook off the meat, take it off the bone, cut it, chop it, whatever you want, stick it back in the freezer. You've got it there for sandwiches, for, slow cooker meals. It's so much cheaper to do it that way. And I just find all the joints are really, really expensive over Christmas when they are not that expensive through the year. There is nothing different about them. They are just different prices coming up to Christmas, because I think as soon as you put Christmas onto it, the price hikes up. The same with boxes of chocolates around Valentine's and stuff. If you get a box of chocolates around Valentine's Day, you pay through the nose for those chocolates. But if you'd got them a few weeks before Valentine's Day, they're not that price. You can save yourself a lot of money by buying stuff out of season in a way. So if you buy clothes, you buy your summer stuff in the winter. Companies don't want it. They're trying to clear it out. So always, always, always have a look for out of season stuff. plan ahead as much as you can. I will always write down all the birthdays I have, and I will go to Card Factory a month before the birthdays and buy the cards. Then I can have them written, I can have the addresses written on them, and I can have the stamps put on them, and I leave them on my fireplace. And then say the birthday's in June, I will post the last week of the month before. I always do that because if it gets lost, it gives you a chance to go and get another one and get it to the person in time. Same with posting parcels down to Somerset, where a lot of my family are. I already have their Christmas presents wrapped. Their Christmas presents are wrapped now. They are in parcel boxes or parcel bags, ready to get sent. And on the 1st of November, they will start getting sent out. That way it does not get caught up in the Christmas backlog, which always is a Christmas rush. And your parcels that normally take 2 or 3 days will take 5, 6, 7 days if they turn up at all, which there's still some parcels that have been missing for over a year now. So I will always post them the first week of November. That way, again, if they get lost, you have a chance to go and replenish that item or a different gift. Come back, please. And get them sent down to the people in time. They will not get caught in the rush. It makes so much more sense. The same with the Christmas cards. They will be written by November. So the ones that will be going down to Devon and Somerset will be in the parcels with them, ready to go. The ones that are generally up here and around, I only write like 2 or 3 or 4 a night. So, you know, it takes a week or so to write them. But they're all done. You don't have to sit there for hours on end, because I know it drives people insane for hours on end sitting there and writing the Christmas cards. So if you start about October-y, November-y time, just do 6 a night or something. It's so much easier. Just little tips like this will save you time and money and stop you just going crazy over Christmas. She's quite happy watching TV. So yeah, just a few tips and tricks, guys, that I have found help me. And I'll be back with some more soon. And I'll see you soon, guys. Bye.